Okay, just doing a quick how-to video on Mego Type 2 restringing or mild repairs. As you can see, the head is off of this one, and this is a completely disassembled Type 2 here. Now with Megos, you have the Type 1s, which I showed in another video years ago, but I never showed how to restring Type 2. They come with special rubber bands, and I don't know what kind of rubber they use, but a lot of times you find that these are still really good even 40 years later. So a Type 2 is a lot more, well, I shouldn't say a lot more tricky, but it's more tricky than your Type 1 where you can just string it around. But with a Type 2, it's also nice because you can have your elbow, feet, and wrist joints that can actually be replaced. Perfect example with this one. It's a Joker or Penguin Type 2 hand. It's very damaged. I don't have an extra Penguin or an extra white hand, but I really don't need one anyway. I want to put a regular hand, flesh colored. I use one of these thumbtacks and I took the point off. And what you can do with that is take and poke it right into the joint. That comes right off. Then you have your new arm. And you might have to use the pin from the arm if the one that you didn't have. Put it right there. Line it up on a hard surface like a desktop, and there you go. Although I just realized I put the wrong hand on the wrong arm, which I can go back and fix that, but I won't right now. Now with the legs, the knee joints, the male half of the pins usually break, or this whole part of the leg breaks on either half. I personally hate trying to mess with replacing the knee pins because you can pop them back out, but with their age, a lot of times they'll break in the process. So if you really need to get a male half of the pin, what I've done is just completely destroy the female half, because the female halves are a dime a dozen. You find them frequently. They don't break. Okay, now one of the best things that I have for working on this is I've made my own little tool. It's a very large, paper clip that I've straightened out and made a hook on the end, and then I poked it through an old cork that came from a wine bottle. Now on the legs, you have a hook, a pin, the rubber band, had it all separated, the other kind of hook, and the main arm hook. This small hook fits into there, and this one here, there's a little hole there. That hook goes through that and through there. So then of course you take and you put the rubber band on here, and they fall off easily until tension is applied, or actually once the rubber band is put on it, helps Now, a lot of times, what I do is you almost have to have your leg here, pop that through. This just helps hook it. Pull it through a little bit. You don't have to pull it all the way through because you just need it to where you can hook that in. And pull it through. The same thing here. And there's the alarm clock. So now you have both the rubber bands. Now one thing, they crisscross. Left leg goes to right arm, right leg goes to left arm. Waist. So you just kind of poke it in. And I usually only poke one in at a time. And unlike the type 1 where you can, helps to have the head off so you can visually see down in there. To hook, which I'm having a hard time doing at a distance. Then once it's hooked, well, if you get it hooked in the right spot, you just maneuver it until you get it out. You can handle it. And they do like to try and pinch your finger if you're not careful. Arm. And that little hook. There we go. And then pop it in. Now the other side. Due to having the rubber band in the way, sometimes it helps just to go this way. Hook it completely like this. It doesn't always like to work. Yeah, like right now, I'm caught on the other rubber band that's already in there. So, unhook and then pull back out. The other arm, pop it in. And there you go. Just when you know, as you can see, this tool is awesome. But yeah, left leg to right arm to left leg. And you can pop out, like I showed you earlier, you can pop out the ankle joints and replace feet, hands. The feet crack, so it's nice to be able to do that. But that's pretty much, and then when you put the head back on, warm up some water. I wouldn't say boiling, but nice room temperature, a little warmer than room temperature. Maybe hot coffee type temperature, and you can just dip the neck plug in and take a butter knife and pop it in.